Shalom. Comment, guys. All right. First and foremost, we give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Yahweh Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and great millstone. Who win. Say peace, say, taste, and love to the elect, to the nation of Israel. We out here once again, not about our own will, not on our own report. Through the spirit of Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai. So, closer and closer. We stay get closer and closer to the end of the age of the Lord, to the end of Esau's world, which will be the end of the so-called white man's world. You know, it's going to be more trickier, it's going to get more wickeder, and it's going to get more tighter. So that fire going to get hot. So, brothers have to, hey, we just got to feed the spirit, man. We got to remember the scripture. People can't say anything that we need. Because you're hands up. Isaiah 61. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 61, starting at verse 1. The Spirit of the Lord is given upon me. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me. Right. Because the Lord have anointed me to preach good tidings. This is what we are here to do, man. So this is the Spirit of the Lord that's on us. You know, because brothers, you're not gonna feel like coming out all the time. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're gonna go through all type of emotions in this body, man. But you know, that's why you pray that the Lord keep His Holy Spirit upon you. Pray that the Lord create and renew a right spirit within you day by day. You know, so the Spirit of the Lord is upon us to do this work. To preach good tidings upon I'm gonna start over and say the Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because the Lord have anointed me to preach good tidings upon the meek. The Lord has anointed us to preach good tidings unto the meek, so like unto the meek, provide people. He has sent me to bind up the broken heart. This is really people broken hearted goes to, because it started in the mind. You know, the word heart goes into your mind, your muscle, heart, your heart, the organ. It pumps blood throughout the system. So this goes into your mind. Everything you eat in the church, you know, broken hearted. So what we have to, these words that we have, these are the words to eternal life. You know, these are the words to renew us. These are the words that's gonna quicken us. These are the words that have quickened us. So go ahead, to proclaim liberty to the captives. This is what we are here to do, man. To let our people know, man. By understanding the truth is what's gonna set us free. You know, because if we don't know the truth, we still captive. Even though we We in captivity physically. In order to come out this physical captivity, first we have to come out of spiritual. We have to understand that we're in captivity. Then we have to understand what put us in captivity in order to get out of the captivity. Yeah, right?
And opening of the prison to them that are bound.
Right. You know, a lot of people, it's like that you in your own prison in your mind. You know, you thinking it's about succeeding in this life. When the scriptures tell us everything that we see around us is temporal. It's really just like it's really just the matrix. This is the word that Esau has created, you know. And it's like the whole system that he has built around us is detrimental to your health. It's wrong with the food, it's wrong with the technology, you know. It's all detrimental to our health, man. So, and it's mainly in America, this place Babylon the Great, which is wickedness has exceeded and polluted the whole earth. You know, but you got certain countries who still eat good, who got good food, you know, who ain't so-called technological advances where it's destroying the earth, destroying the people, you know. And this is pushed mainly forward in America, you know, and other lands like China, you know. Go ahead,
I got a precept for you. This is Wisdom of Solomon 17, verse 15 and 16. The meat is in 16. It said, and this goes back to where you were talking about prisoners of the mind. It said, we are partly vexed with ministers' apparitions and partly fainted. Their hearts fell them, for a sudden fear and not looked for came upon them. So when whosoever there fell down was straightly kept, shut up in a prison without bars.
right, man, people into the Lord, bring the plagues of our Egypt, and those apparitions, which never seen spirits and stuff. Lord, the plague of the man, all over the Egyptians. Just imagine at the 3 days of darkness, and you could see your own head in front of you. You know, just imagine like if you ever been down like a dark street with no street lights on. Wait, you know, to get 10 times worse than you. You know, as soon as you turn down this street, you start to get swooped. You want to turn around.
That's why the scripture said, you know, we come into the truth, we have been set free. Because now we become more ready for all the blessings that we know have to do. It's yeah, it's a terrible thing that we have to go through mentally because when we wake up to the truth. That's one of the reasons why the Most High told us that in the last days and in these times when Jacob's trouble hit, we're gonna have to use Isaiah 33:6, wisdom and knowledge to be the stability of our time. We're gonna need these scriptures to lead us through that. We're gonna need the spirit of the Most High to lead us through all these times that's coming through. We don't know what lot we got to go through. We don't know what we're going to deal with. We could be walking into a store, walking into a mall, walking down the street, and 100 people just fall dead right in front of us. That's going to vex your mind really bad. And things beginning to happen all across. And the Most High is showing us these signs that are happening now. That this place is collapsing, like the brother said at the beginning. The end of one age and the beginning of a new age. This is the ending of Esau world and the beginning of the world to come, which is our time to rule. And in the midst of that, all these things got to happen. So we got to get ready for that mentally. And that's why staying the course with these scriptures, as the brother was saying, we come out, a lot of times we don't feel like it. You worked all day, you're tired, your body tired, you're mentally tired, but you have to keep pushing forward, you have to keep sacrificing to do these things because this is our calling, this is our duty. The Most High chose us to do this, and what He's going into. This is verse 2, back in Isaiah 61. It said to proclaim the acceptance year of the Lord, acceptable year of the Lord, and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn.
Right. It's the acceptable, we out here proclaiming the acceptable year of the Lord to comfort all those that mourn in Zion. know. So before the comfort comes, the time of Jacob's trouble comes. Before comfort comes, tribulations come. Before comfort comes, the persecution got to come. So whatever you might be going through personally right now, just endure it, man. You might feel like you feeling weak or something. It's okay. The scriptures tell you when you weak, the Most High, that's when the Most High he is strong. That's what Paul was going to. Man. That's you got to be weak sometimes, so the Most High can strengthen, so the Most High can step in. You know?
And it's not just something that we have to do. Even Yahweh Shah had to do it. When he had to go through the being sacrificed on the cross, it got to the point that he sweated blood. That he asked the Father to take this cup from him. So, he endured that. And he had angels to come and minister to him as the angels come and minister to us, to keep us afloat, keep us going. I want to read that in the NLT. It said, He has sent me to tell those who mourn that the time of the Lord's favor has come. And with it, the day of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua anger against their enemies.
Read that again. Read it again.
KJV is said to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord and the day of vengeance of our power to comfort all that mourn. NLT is He has sent me to tell those who mourn that the time of the Lord's vengeance, the Lord's favor has come, and with it the day of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua anger against against their enemies.
Right. You understand that this man, he was so-called white man, he knowing once he realized that his time is totally over, he's gonna come down with great wrath. Once he realized that's what his time really is, he coming with that wrath. Yeah.
All right, verse 3. It said, to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto their beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness.
The garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. Because it's this word that quickens the flesh profit little.
That they might be called trees of righteousness.
Right, and this is what this word is going to do. It's going to cause you to stand like a tree plant, a tree of righteousness.
The planting of the Lord, that He might be glorified.
Right, the planting of the Lord, that He might be glorified. Go ahead, bro.
And they shall build the old waste. They shall raise up the former desolations.
This is what we're doing, man. The house of David is being raised up, man. The house of David is being built up, right before the eyes of everyone. It's a miraculous thing which people don't realize it, but they gonna soon realize, man, that the house of David is being built. Brothers understand it through the spirit because the scriptures tell us something, But this ain't an easy thing, man. This ain't an easy work, man. As you go from glory to glory, the Lord already got a predestined um predestined trials and tribulations that you must go through to strengthen you. You know, and like I was saying, you ain't gonna pass every test from the door, man. You just gonna get better and better at the test, man. You know, because as we get closer and closer to the end, man, it's gonna get it's gonna get tighter, man. You know, it's gonna and and your brother's gonna feel it. You gonna feel it, man. You know, whatever it is. You know, uh, go ahead, man. Whatever it is, that you may be struggling with, man. It's okay because see, that video, like we done Friday, the video we was doing with the brothers Friday, man, and it was going to the fiery trial. The spirit kept jumping on that, man. And the chastisement of the Lord, when different lessons come out, it be through the spirit, man. Eventually, that's for a brother. That's for a brother. You know what I'm saying? That's for somebody, because everything we do is for the build up the elect, man. All these lessons come out these epistles. Paul them was writing and Peter them, you know, it was sin, to strengthen the churches, man. And to let them know what certain things gonna happen, but we gotta stand firm, man. Go ahead, bro.
That's why the scriptures say iron sharpens iron. They uplift brothers, one brother may have went through one circumstance that another brother or other brothers haven't, but that brother there, the Most High, has put that brother among those brothers to be able to strengthen them to go through those things when they have to go through, and he's building to where we can rely on each other, to help each other to make it through this. Not only call on him and glorify him, but to call on each other. Because when we have to seek counsel, we're supposed to seek counsel of our brothers first, before we go to anybody else. We're supposed to go to a man of the Lord to seek counsel and seek help. All right, Sister High School. So, we have to stay strong and stay firm on that, and stick with the scriptures and stick with somebody that's going to hold us accountable to our actions, and that way we can be able to withstand those fiery trials as they come to us. All right, this is Luke 22, verse 1. It says, "Now the feast of unleavened bread draw near, which is called the Passover."
Right. The feast of unleavened bread was all day.
And the chief priests and the scribes saw how they might kill him, for they feared the people.
Right, man. So, just through the spirit, man, everything is gonna come back around, man. Go ahead.
Then entered Satan unto Judas, surnamed Issachar, being of the number of the 12, and he went his way and communed with the chief priests and captains, how he might betray him unto them.
All right, man. So we know look around this time, the trail was happening. They came they really, first and foremost, they wanted to have a shot, but then they also wanted to spot the disciples also.
And they were glad and covenant to give him money. And he promised and sought opportunities to betray him unto them in the absence of the multitude.
Right, those thinking, because it was always multitudes. You know what I'm saying? When Yahushua came out, he was doing miracles and he was teaching, So, like I said, they wanted to get him when wasn't nobody was looking, right? So, just like we out on the street corners, even though it seems like people ain't listening, which you got some brothers who have a lot of people watching and listening, but when that persecution comes for us, it ain't like they're going to do it public. Right. They're going to come secretly, you know what I'm saying? Right. You're right, man. Go ahead, bro.
Then came the day of unleavened bread, when the Passover must be killed. And he sent Peter
And John saying, Go and prepare us the Passover that we might eat.
Right.
And they said unto him, Where wilt thou that we prepare?
How you
And,
doing, John, brother? All right.
and he said, And they said unto him, Where wilt thou that we prepare? And he said unto them, Behold, when ye are entered into the city, there shall there shall a man meet you bearing a pitcher of water. Follow him into the house where he entered in, and ye shall say unto the good man of the house, The master said unto thee, Where is the guest chamber where I shall eat the Passover with my disciples? And he said, And he shall show you a large upper room furnished and made ready. And they went and found as he had said unto them, and they made ready the Passover.
Uh,
And when the hour was come,
see, the news always taught in the churches, man. You got to see stuff going into unleavened bread, the day of unleavened days of unleavened bread and the Passover. Other churches teach us, they call this the Last Supper right here, man. We see who the world called Jesus Christ. They had that picture, this, the so-called white Jesus, him and his disciples, looking all feminine. That represents, it's supposed to be symbolic of them. The Passover, the Passover, wasn't no Last Supper. Last Supper is never mentioned in the Bible, which is the Passover. It's important to like,
and when the hour was come, he sat down, and the 12 apostles with him. And he said unto them, With desire, I have desired to eat this Passover with you before I suffer.
for something, man, right? He's gonna be that person with the Passover, bro. Over there.
For I say unto
Along with the Spirit, I don't know why this coming, but hey, go ahead, bro.
For I say unto you, I will not any more eat thereof until it be fulfilled in the kingdom of your house.
Right. So if Lord will, and we don't do it, we go to his neck, we gonna keep the Passover we have a side deal, man, in the kingdom. Go ahead.
And he
And
took
it's gonna be a glorious that time, because we're not gonna have, hey, we gonna be glorified bodies and those immortal bodies, we're gonna have hey, full knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of everything. Go ahead, bro.
and he took the cup
We're
and
gonna be
gave,
able to look back at our past lives and what we went through this life, what we went through and had to go through to receive that glory that we had from the beginning. This is our faith. We pray and hope for another number. Go ahead.
and he took the cup and gave thanks and said, Take this and divide it among yourselves. For I say unto you, I will not drink of the fruit of the vine until the kingdom of Yahweh shall come.
Right. So how this is symbolic of us going, going through the same walk we have a shot went through, man, the suffering and the persecution. Go ahead, bro.
In the spirit bringing you into this because that old pagan holiday, Easter, is coming up that they proclaim is, in the Bible. But if you read the word Easter in the Bible, look up the etymology of it, it goes into Passover. Like verse 19, it said, And he took bread and gave thanks and break and gave unto them, saying, This is my body, which is given for you. This this do in remembrance of me. Likewise, also the cup after supper, saying, this cup is the New Testament in my blood,
Right.
which is shed for you. But behold, the hand of him that betrayeth me, is with me on the table.
Right, man. So that's what's going on, man. You know, and this is a topic we have to talk about. Everybody ain't gonna stay true, man. Everybody betrayals and confront from the beginning. like to be good. Go ahead.
And truly the Son of Man goeth, as it was determined.
Lord will don't have to come us, you know, brethren, but it's in here, man. So, but that ain't nothing we don't worry about, though. That ain't nothing we worry about. But through the Spirit, you know, it is what it is. So, we got to pray, it don't matter. Brother, sell out, it is what it is. Go ahead, bro.
Well, woe unto that man
But woe to that man.
by whom he is betrayed.
Oh,
And they
woe to those who go ahead.
and they began to inquire among themselves which of them it was that should be doing do this thing. And
The
their
disciples was like, just imagine, man. It was puzzled, like, man. What's going on, man?
yeah, because they know they were walking with the Lord. They know He knows all things, so they're like, who is it? Come on, tell us. You know, who is it? Is it me? And there was also strife among them. Which of them should be accounted the greatest?
Right, man. See, so this is another thing to go on. Disciples, they was like trying to who's gonna be the top man. You know? They was those also they was arguing over the strife among them, like you said. It was amongst each other. Who served the Lord the greatest? Who doing this the best? Over here.
And he said unto them, the kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them.
But we know this is how the other nations act. Man. You know, this is how they act when they get the power, man. You know, they exercise lordship over the people. You know, in a wicked manner. You go ahead. It's gonna break itself. Yeah.
And they exercise authority upon them are called benefactors.
Oh,
But ye shall not be so.
right.
But he that is greatest among you, let him be as the younger.
So this is how it's supposed to be, man. He that is greatest among us, and he'll be as the young, he'll be as the servant, man. You know? Because the whole mission is for the leader to build the younger brothers, the brothers up under him, build them up to the leadership role they're supposed to be in. So sit back and serve and watch and see what it is, understand it is brother, and build them up to where they need to be. Because we're raising up leaders, not followers. Versus 44,000 versus 44,000 leaders. You know? But we all, at one point, we all follow each other. We all let each other, you know. We submit ourselves one to another, but it's still an order within there. You still got to change the command so the orders go out. You know, that's understandable. We follow that, you know. But at the same time, you can't get caught up in your position and exercising lordship over another brother in the wrong manner. Yeah. Yeah.
And he that is chief as he that doeth serve.
Right.
For
See,
what
even though you cheap, it said you act, you know, you conduct yourself as he that is served. Right. That's how you supposed to conduct yourself. You know. Go ahead, bro.
but this is an example of that is when Yahweh Shah washed the disciples' feet. He exercised an example of a servant unto the disciples. Whereas the disciples, if you look at the authority of everything, they should have been washing his feet because he was the Messiah. But go ahead. But he exercised that unto them.
One of the disciples said, I believe it was Peter, like, Master, I should be washing your feet. And the Lord, Rich, we might have to get that example. Yeah. Let me see. We'll finish that though.
Okay, verse 27, for whether is greater he that sitteth at meat or he that serveth? is not he that sitteth at meat, but I am among you as he that serveth. So the Messiah was saying that, he was showing them as an example of how they should be serving others, to go out to serve others, because they got that heavenly treasure of the word and been able to walk with him to learn. They can't go out and be high and mighty, but I walk with the Messiah, I did this with the Messiah, I broke bread with the Messiah. No, they have to go out and serve, and show by example how they should walk among the people and how the people should walk among themselves. And that's what the Most High has given to us to do, to go out and serve. We come in servants, to break this down, to be, humble, to help brothers and sisters in need. That's why
He's going to the brotherhood.
right. When the Most High needs. I mean, we go out to serve each other, to help each other, to strengthen each other, bring each other up, that each other can stand firm, through trials and tribulations. Because, like I'm here with this brother now, but the Most High can let anything happen, and I may be 1,000 miles away, or he may be 1,000 miles away. But we still know how to conduct ourselves and carry ourselves and be able to minister the word according to the way the scripture is written. And that's for every brother that the Most High has given the word to, and giving them their lot and their understanding of the word. All right, verse 28. Ye are they which have continued with me in my temptations, and I appoint unto you a kingdom, as my Father hath appointed unto me. So this goes back to, these are the men that the 144,000 that was chosen from the beginning of the world, from the beginning of the foundation. That the Most High that chose to come with Yahushua down to earth to walk this path. And so as part of that, he's giving them part of the kingdom. He's giving them a portion of the kingdom that the Father is giving him. He's saying, you walked this with me, you did this with me. And this goes into the talents, where he was talking, where the wages, where he's talking about, those one that's been working, laboring for years, and then another one come in at the end, and they all receive the same wage. So he's letting them know it don't matter when you come in, you do the work. And that's what the brothers going into, because other brothers may know, more than other brothers. They're there to strengthen and bring up those brothers. As Paul said at one time, you were as a babe in this truth, but now that you have meat, you're supposed to be helping the other ones to come in and be able to eat of that meat, and then Yahushua being able to come to sup with them to give them more and more and more. We're just here. The brothers are here to water us, and then as we get that water, that water is living, the living word. Yahushua come in, sup with us, and give us meat, make us strong in the word, make our faith stronger, make us stand on our own feet.
Going right back to the Passover. I read. This is John chapter 13. Start at the top. Now, before the feast of the Passover, Yahushua knew that his hour was come, that he should depart out of this world unto the Father, having loved his own which were in the world. He loved them unto the end. Supper being ended, the devil having now put into the heart of Judas Issachar, Simon, son, to betray him. Yahushua, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands, that he was from the Most High and went to the Most High. He risen from supper, laid aside his garments, took a towel, girded himself. After that, he poured water into a basin and began to wash the disciples' feet and to wipe them with the towel wherewith he was girded. Right. Then cometh he to Simon Peter. Peter said unto him, Lord, dost thou wash my feet? And Yahushua answered and said unto him, what I do thou knowest not now, but thou shalt know hereafter. So the Lord was doing this to set in that he was leaving an example, man. You know, because the whole time he was with them, he was the walking example. But then he started like he said, y'all, you don't really understand what I'm doing now. You know, but eventually you gonna understand. You know, and you see, it's like he started with Peter. He was the head of the church, so he was trying to show Peter the mind frame he should be in, the mentality he should be. We're gonna go back to that in Luke 22 too, because it was harping on Peter again. Peter said unto him, thou should never wash my feet. And how shall answer him, if I wash thee now, thou hast no part with me. Simon Peter said, Simon Peter said unto him, Lord, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head. Yahushua said to him, he that is washed, he did not say to wash his feet, but is clean every whit, and you are clean, but not all. Well, he knoweth who should betray him, therefore he said, you are not all clean. So afterward he had washed their feet, and had taken his garment, and was set down again, and he said unto them, know ye what I have done to you? You call me master and Lord, and ye say, well, for so I am. If then your Lord and Master have washed your feet, ye also ought to wash one another's feet. Right. See? That washing the feet was just an example, you know, because washing the feet could be helping a brother in any way you can. You know,
Humbling yourself.
right. Well, I have given you an example that you should do as I have done to you. Verily, verily, I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord, neither he that is sent greater than he that sent him. Right. If you know these things, happy are ye if you do them. I speak not of you all. I know who I have chosen, but that the scripture may be fulfilled. He that eateth bread with me hath lifted up his heel against me. Now I tell you before it comes that when it has come to pass, you may believe that I am he. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that receiveth whomsoever I send receiveth me. He that receiveth me receiveth him that sent me. I want you can go back to that. The point, I want to just get the point of him watching his disciples' feet and leaving the example, man. And this is the Lord and Savior, man. This is how he humbled himself, you know. So this is how we should be one towards another, man. So he left this as an example.
Back in Luke 22, we'll start back in verse 28. He said, ye are they which have continued.
Started 25.
Verse 25, he said, and he said unto them, the kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them.
No.
And they that exercise authority upon them are called benefactors.
Right.
But ye shall not be so. But he that is greatest among you, let him be as the younger, and he that is chief as he that doeth serve.
So this is how you gotta operate. You know, when you the head, you in the head position, this is how you operate. You still, you know, because brothers don't know who the head is, you know what I'm saying? You know, so you don't have to exercise no type of ownership over them, you know what I'm saying? You know, the prove the point, you know. No, this is how you conduct yourself, man. Go ahead, bro.
For whether is greater,
But which when you don't want to get it wrong now, you just still have to stand and be firm. And be firm. Right, you know. Go ahead.
for whether is greater, he that sitteth at meat or he that serves. Servant
Go.
is not he that sitteth at meat, but I am among you as he that serves.
But see, this you have a shot, man. You got I'm among you as one that serves. You know, so you gotta know how to do it all. You know, you gotta be in that mentality. This is how you gotta be, man. You gotta be hands on. You know? You can't sit back all the time and get leadership role. Right. And give them order.
Ye are they which have continued with me in my temptation.
And all this, everything else, one time be quiet, learn. You know? Howard Shine was a perfect example. He just telling me. He showed it. He done it. He done it. Even when he took the Lord, even when he had, you can see the bigger picture of it, he humbled himself, was made a little more than an angel, to come and walk that walk, you know, that he had to walk, which is going into heaven. He sacrificed for the sins of the whole nation of Israel, man. You know? Go ahead, bro.
And I appoint unto you a kingdom, as my Father had appointed unto me.
That's why the scripture said, he that humbled himself shall be exalted, but he that exalted himself shall be humbled. Go ahead.
And the Lord said, no, I skipped verse 30. It says that
This is spirit bringing this out. Go ahead, bro.
that ye may eat and drink at my table.
Read the verse again before this. Look.
Verse 29, it said, and I appoint unto you a kingdom, as my Father hath appointed unto me.
Right. So this is what we're doing. So we have to strive for the mastery lawfully, else we're not going to be crowned. Because at the end, we want to be crowned. You know, we want to be your job well done, my faithful servant. You know, we want to. This is what we're doing it for. You know, like Paul said, he don't want to be. He's going to how he wants his labor to be in vain. Yeah, bro.
It says that ye may eat and drink at my table in my kingdom,
Right.
and sit upon thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel.
It's gonna be some glorious seats they see. That's gonna be a glorious example that they gonna be on. Just like you got so-called celebrities today. And they, you know, these folks got hundreds of millions. They in a seat, right? You know, but it's low level still because they're on the east side. It ain't like they can venture out and do nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a gulf fix even with that, man. They can't do it east side. You know what I'm saying? So, right, that ain't what we want, man.
Esau go buy him a whole hour. They can't do that.
Which some Jay can buy an island, but that's nothing to it.
Right.
Esau can come and take it.
Right.
Come drop it. Come run drop this shit, man.
Right.
Huh? So yeah, bro.
Which I was going to
Yeah, bro.
that is not theirs. Because, look at Bill Cosby. Look at the money that he had. Look how they have stripped him down. Look at Tiger Woods. Look at Mike Tyson. Look at Michael Jackson. All these people had that fame and got stripped down from it. Verse 31. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan has desired to have you.
Right, man. See, this is everything the Lord going into during this time. Betrayal, you know what I'm saying? Satan turned the heat up, you know, because you gotta realize why is the chief priest and them plotting, man? First and foremost, they jealous. The Lord, you know, with this doctrine he comes with is messing up the money because now a lot of the people ain't fearful of them. A lot of the people seeing the extortion they was on, you know, and the higher up, it starts to create tension, you know what I'm saying? In Esau's kingdom that because the Romans was ruling at that time. So they were the higher ups. They already had, that's why they had the wicked Pharisees and Sadducees. That's why they had them different leaders. They was there to make sure everything stay peaceful among our people, just like you different politicians and pastors today. They here to pacify you. They here to keep you pacified and watered down, keep you from uprising. That's what they here for. That's what they was for. Because really, one of the ways for you to be crucified back then, it'd be like you was an insurrection, you was a threat to the government. It's like you would be a revolutionary or something. Right. You know, at that time, you know, you was a threat to you was against basically the whole social structure and system that was set up at the time, just like today, man. And this is what we consider, man.
You're a menace to society.
When you're right, you're a menace to the image of this beast that's being pushed right now, man. Because the image of the beast is being pushed back then, man. You know? But now in these times they have been given the power to give life into the image of the beast, man. You know, through their technological advancement, everything that's going on. So the persecution coming, man. It's coming. It's coming. Go ahead.
All right, verse 31, it said, the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan has desired to have you.
Right, man, because see, you're gonna see later on in the chapter, and I'm going through these experiences, man, because this do the experience, man. It's different things brother feeling and going through, man. These was it's gonna get tighter and tighter, man. If you're going through something right now, man, keep praying and do it and go through it, man. It's just to take you from glory to glory, just to build character, strengthen the faith, man. Go ahead, man.
That he may sift
You're not
you
gonna
as
be
wheat.
strong, you know. You get weak sometimes, man. But it's okay, man. Because the time you get weak, man, you make it through it, you're gonna be strong. The times you feel weak, it make you pray more, you know. It make you examine yourself more. Make sure you do it, man. Make sure you do it right, man. Go ahead, bro.
It said that ye may sift you as wheat.
So the same desire to see for all of us is weak, man. You know, go ahead.
But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fall not, fail not. So
All right, man. So it's John 17 and there, man. How shot is praying for you. Romans 8, man. Spirit of prayers for you know not when we are praying, when we pray. Spirit of prayer for us, man. You know. Go ahead.
and when thou art converted, strengthen thy brother.
So like you told Peter, man. You know, hey, Satan's out to see us as weak, man. He's out to see him as weak. When he is strength, when he is converted, strengthen our brother. He go through whatever he went through, and once he is converted, he make it through it. Get that. You gotta strengthen your brother, and this is our bad friend. So right there, man, pay attention to the brothers. Pay attention to the brothers. Because through the spirit, man, you can tell when you can kind brotherhood for something. It's our job to confirm that we're strictly going to confirm the man of his brother. Acts 14, 14, 21. This is Acts 14, verse 20. This is Acts 14, verse 20. Howbeit, as the disciples stood around about him, he rose up and came into the city. And the next day he departed with Barnabas to Derbe. And when they had preached the gospel to that city and had taught many, they returned again to Lystra, and to Iconium and Antioch, confirming the souls of the disciples. He's confirming the souls of the disciples. So just like Yahushua told Peter, the guys converted, strengthen thy brother. We look at where strengthen up in the Greek, it goes to confirm the mind. So confirm the minds of the saints, go ahead. So confirming the souls of the saints, go ahead. And exhorting them to continue in the faith. And encouraging them to continue in the faith, go ahead. And that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of Yahweh. There's going to be much tribulation, man. You know, and we've been going through it. You know, like the scripture say, but thou come to serve the Lord, prepare our soul for temptation and constantly endure it. You know, so we've been going through it, but it's gonna get harder, man. It's gonna get hard. Just gonna say it just like that. It's gonna get hard. It's gonna get rough. We got to endure it, man. Go ahead, bro. You can keep on listening to that. Yeah, go ahead. So, hey, this is how we're gonna enter the kingdom, man. Through much tribulation. You know, and I'm gonna say this. Really, we just been going through training camp. You know what I'm saying? Been going through the training camp. Probably went into regular season. Now you finna go through the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Then it's gonna get to the Super Bowl. Yeah, it's gonna get to the Super Bowl, man. Well, it's gonna be winner take all, man. And that's when it's gonna, you got to be ready. You got to be ready. Go ahead, bro. All right, this is back in Luke 22, verse 33. He said unto him, Lord, because see, we got the script. We basically going through the prophets and tell us everything that's gonna happen. And Yahweh Shai them knew, man. But when that time came and it approached, man, that's why Yahweh Shai was telling them, look, spirit, flesh weak, but the spirit is good, man. You know, so you can't never stop that flesh from kicking in, man. You know. That flesh can kick in at any time. Sometimes you be strong, and sometimes you may feel weak, man. Go ahead, bro. He said unto him, Lord, I am ready to go with thee, both into prison and to death. You see what Peter was saying? You know what I'm saying? He didn't realize how hot it was going to get, man. And I'm going to say this. Peter was ready to die for it, but he was ready to go down fighting physically. Right. But it wasn't time for this, you know? Go ahead, bro. And he said, I tell thee, Peter, the cock will not crow this day before that thou shalt thrice deny that thou knowest me. All right. And he said unto them, when I sent you without purse and scrip and shoes, lack ye anything? And they said nothing. And then said he unto them, but now he that hath a purse, let him take it, and likewise his scrip.
And he that have no sword, let him sell his garment and buy one.
Oh,
For I say unto you that this that is written must yet be accomplished in me.
right, man. So Shot basically letting them know what's finna go down, man. Even though he told them he that have a sword, buy one. But then when Peter used sword, he told Peter no.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he had to go through what he had to go through, man. You know what I mean?
And he was reckoned among the transgressors.
Right.
For things concerning me have an he. And they said, Lord, behold, here are two swords. And he said unto them, it is enough. And he came out and went, as he went and as he was wont to the Mount of Olives.
So you put in a situation, man. In the modern day sword is a gun. You own a gun. You got a right to own a gun lawfully. You know what I'm saying? You have to defend yourself. It is what it is. So you got a chance to defend yourself. You know what it is. But we ain't out here to get. He wasn't telling them to get weapons, to get swords, right, and try to take down the Romans at that time, man. Go ahead, bro.
And his disciples also followed him.
Right, man, because man, I got that faith. We're gonna get that power, man. Just like in the Matrix. The deal was stopping. Deal is able to start flying, man, and he was stopping the bullets. Oh, huh?
I just said bullets.
Right, man.
And when he was at the place,
Because see, you can get weapons and guns, but you ain't invincible. So eventually you can get hit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You want that spiritual power, man, to where you can't get hit, you can't get touched, you can see out. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro. But it's a build up to this, man. It's a build up to all this. You might don't get the power. Your lot may be to go through the persecution and the suffering and to face death, man. So you just have to prepare for whatever our lot is, man. You know. Go ahead, bro.
and when he was at the place, he said unto them, pray that ye enter not into temptation.
See, here you go, man. Because the Lord was feeling it, man. He was spiritually feeling, man. It was coming. It's coming, man. It's coming. And he telling them, look, pray that you enter not into temptation. Go ahead. Because even when he kept trying to get them to pray with him, he was wanting them to, you know what I'm saying? He was hoping they can help him in that situation. He can hoping they can strengthen him in that situation, but they couldn't, man. Because it was time for him to walk that walk by himself. He had to go through his lot, what his lot was. He had to do it. He had to go through that himself, man. That was his perfectly designed lot that he had to go through, man. So this is perfectly. So everybody got their own walk that was specifically designed for them to go through, man. So. But like I was saying, man, brothers around, brothers, and especially the times we in now, it's getting closer and closer. Demons attacking brothers, spirits attacking brothers, you know what I'm saying? So let's be watching out for your brothers, man, making sure brothers good, man. Topping, praying for brothers, strength, just be, like you said, you just went through something, you made it through, and you feeling strong in that. That time, like the Havashai told Peter, man, when thou hast converted, strengthen thy brother, man. And this a constant, you got
No, I was just gonna add to what you're saying. That goes back to the Lord's Prayer. When He said, "This is the manner that we should pray, that we enter not into temptation, to deliver us from evil, because those times are coming." And He knew that way before He started,
the walk that he had to walk. So that just piggybacking on the brother, we should be praying in that manner. That should be a constant in our prayer. That we enter not into temptation. King David asked that he be led not to temptation. You know, so that's how we should be. When we pray to the Lord, that's how we should be talking to Him. Deliver us from this. Verse 41, it said, and he was withdrawn from them about a stone cast and kneeled down and prayed, saying, Father, if thou be willing, remove this cup from me. Nevertheless, not my will, but thine be done.
So I knew his time. He knew his time had ran out. He was praying to the Father like, look, if it's another way, let it be, Father. But if not, yeah, let your will be done. Go ahead.
And there appeared an angel unto him from heaven,
This is right.
strengthening him.
Okay, so angel had to come and strengthen your house, because he was in this flesh, man. He knew everything, but at the end of the day, he was bound to this flesh at the time, man. That fear kicked in, man, via the flesh, man. So the Lord actually had to send that angel to come and strengthen him, man. And vice versa, man. The Lord sent angels. He gonna send angels to come and strengthen us, man. Do it and send us, strengthen us to go through where we have to go. Go ahead, man.
I just said, tell him. And being in agony, he prayed more earnestly.
Yeah, it's agony, man. Oh, because he was gonna take death, man. And we talk about it, but still we understand it. But still, when that death come upon you, you don't want to die, man. You want to live, man. This is real, man. I'm speaking from experience, bro. When the C-19 kind of had got it, man, I ain't gonna lie. Which I ain't gonna say it was a C-19, whatever it was. Shit, I feel like it was double pneumonia, man. But shit, I feel, I ain't know. And as long as the angel was stripping me, man, I remember. I was asleep. I thought I was asleep, but I seen, what I'm saying? It was what it was, man. But hey, I was praying that I live, what I'm saying? If fear kicked in, fear was there, but it wasn't fear to where I lost my faith in them. But it was fear, like, we understand that, but at the end of the day, you still don't know what you're gonna see.
Right.
When you go, you taste it, you know what I'm saying? So, go ahead, bro.
Okay. And being
But after the Lord brought me, that took my faith to the other level. After I made it through that, you know what I'm saying? Because even after that point, that time what I'm talking about, even when I felt like there was an angel that came in front of me, I remember I was like sleeping on my couch. Because at that time I couldn't even like my lungs were so stopped up that it's just an example of death. It was something the Lord brought me to. An example of thinking you feeling that like outside knew he was feeling that. I just thought I was just like I ain't know if the Lord was take me to the spirit world or not. So but I couldn't even at that time it was like if I try to lay down and go to sleep, I couldn't lay down because when I lay down, then I start coughing. I just go coughing. So I have to try to go to sleep sitting up, man. I was sitting up in this recliner and I had to sit over my back straight so you know what I'm saying? I guess I was lungs when you lay down. It ain't easy. So I tell her see the little image in front of her, something that reminded me of one of my brothers.
that brings some fear on you, man.
Yeah.
Man, bring
know, even after that time, it still took like a couple months for me to fully recover. But I can talk about it now, you know, and just, I just feel like I ain't know if the Lord can take it or not, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm talking about it now, but just, and I ain't comparing myself to you know, Shad, I was just been feeling the depth, even though we know what we know, when that time is right upon you, you know, like even with John the Baptist, when he was locked up, John probably already know I ain't making it out of here, they gonna kill me. That's why he sent the disciples to ask the Lord, like, are you one? Or do we look for another? Because that flesh will kick in, man. You know, that flesh, you know, you can't stop that doubt from coming in. But the Lord sent John disciples to confirm his strength, you know, to confirm his mind. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look, the blind receive sight, you know, everything going in clear. So just, you know, you got to get right, you know.
Peter went through, not Peter, but Paul went through a count of that. He was like, you know, as death, my time is drawing near. And Paul knew that his time was short.
Lord, he was showing power to glory, man. I had, he seen, you know what I'm saying? He said, well, he said he didn't want to speak it, man, but he didn't even want to come back, man. You know, so go ahead, so, you know, yeah, like we talk about, like, you know, how the scripture says, be faithful unto death, I should cry, you know what I'm saying? Be faithful down to death, and I should give you a crown of life. You know, it's written for us to strengthen us, you know what I'm saying? Faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of the Most High. That don't mean when that time comes, you're not gonna feel good, you're not gonna feel unsettled. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean that, man. Because all this for an example, man.
Right.
You still just have to pray, you know, and go through whatever.
All right, verse 44. It said, and being in an agony, he prayed more earnestly.
Just imagine how shot do everything. He had that spiritual power in him, man, but he couldn't use it. He had to go through what he had to go through this, man. Being that angry, he praying even harder, man. Like, Lord, don't let me, I gotta go through this. Some brothers lie to invitation to death, man. So just have to remember all this in the time when it's supposed to, man.
And his sweat was as it were great drops of blood
This how nerves the Lord was doing.
falling down to the ground.
This is actually condition that when you can be so nervous, your blood, you know, the sweat glands start to drip blood, and sweat blood. It's actually been proven, scientifically proven, you know what I'm saying, that the body will do this. You got it.
And when he rose up from prayer and was come to his disciples, he found them sleeping for sorrow. And he said unto them, why sleep ye? Rise and pray, lest ye enter into temptation.
Like, man, y'all don't know what's gonna happen. Man. You know what I'm saying? Rise and pray that you into the temptation.
And while he yet spake, behold, a multitude, and he had was called Judas.
There you
And
go,
one
man.
of the 12 went before them and drew near unto Yahweh to kiss him.
So the angel boy, or, you know, right after he got through praying earnestly and hard, the angel gave him strength. And the Lord already had the men, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The Lord already had them,
They were in route.
they was en route coming to get him, man.
But Yahweh said unto him, Judas, betrayest thou the Son of Man with a kiss? When they which were about him saw what would follow, they said unto him, Lord, shall we smite with the sword? And one of them spoke.
So they were asking the Lord, should we get down with him? You know what I'm saying? But it was happening.
And one of them smote the servant of the high priest and cut off his right ear. Yahushua answered and said, Suffer ye thus far. And he touched his ear
He cut off one of the guys' ear, man.
and healed him. Then Yahushua said unto the chief priests and captain of the temple and the elders which were come to him, Be ye come out as against a people with swords and staffs?
Something like that. Y'all coming out geared up like this, you know? All I need to do was teach you wisely. Y'all coming out like y'all coming up to get some killers or something, man. You know, like we know him, like we know, you know what I'm saying? You know, we in today's time, man. Like we armed and dangerous. That's how y'all coming approaching us. Go ahead, bro.
When I was daily with you in the temple, ye stretched forth no hand against me. But this is your hour and the power of darkness.
This is the hour and the power of darkness. Next time coming back again, man, that's gonna be a great insurrection going on. Then we come out very well more than we have for a short time. But it's a build up to it, man. Go ahead.
Then took they him and led him and brought him into the high priest's house. And Peter followed afar off. And when they had kindled a fire in the midst of the hall and were set down together, Peter sat down among them. But a certain maid and beheld him as he sat by the fire,
Right.
and, and earnestly looked upon him and said, This man also with him. And he denied him, saying, Woman, I know him not. And after a little while, another saw him and said, Thou art also of them. And Peter said, Man, I am not. And about the space of an hour, after another contradicted, affirmed, saying of a truth that this fellow also was with him, for he is a Galilean. And Peter said, Man, I know him not.
Right, man, because Peter had seen them sheep, you know what I'm saying? They arrested the Lord, man. They got him on trial. They having a trial for him, you know. So Peter feared, man. He didn't know what was gonna happen that fast and quick, and it was gonna be that gruesome like this. You know? Go ahead, bro.
I think the one of the count Peter cursing them.
Yeah, come.
Verse 60, he said, and Peter said, Man, I know not what thou sayest.
The Lord, he's coming out the spirit right here, man. Go ahead.
And immediately while yet spake, the cock crowed. And the Lord turned and looked upon Peter. And Peter remembered the words of the Lord, how he had said unto him, Before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice.
No.
And Peter went and wept bitterly.
Right.
And the man that held,
Man, Lord, look at him, like,
I told
you, man. I told you how hot it was gonna get, boy. I told you Satan desired to sift thee as wheat, man. You see you ain't as strong as you thought you was, and go get yourself together. And be ready for the next time. Right.
he said, and Peter went out and wept bitterly. And the man that held Yahushua mocked him and smote him. And when they had blindfolded him, they struck him on the face and asked him, saying, Prophesy, who is it that thou smotest thee?
You know, just that, just a week ago, man. You know, so heavy stuff going on during that time, man. You know, the spirit is heavy. It's really, you know, Esau gonna come, man. Go ahead, bro. You know, and our people gonna be with it, man. The sellouts amongst our people gonna be right there with it, man.
Verse 65, and many others things blasphemously spake they against him. And as soon as it was day, the elder of the people and the chief priests and the scribes came together and led him into their council, saying, Art thou the Christ? Tell us. And he said unto them, If I tell you, ye will believe not. And if I also ask you, ye will not answer me, nor let me go.
Right, man. So man, the Lord, man, his own people got him falsely accusing him, man, because he was there exposing all the BS of the so-called leaders of our people. Now they want him out of the way, and the men that was with him, man. You know, and it's just everything is coming, everything. The servant is not greater than his master, man. You know, now we standing in his stead, man. Eventually, man, these people, they coming, man. Coming.
Hereafter shall the Son of Man sit on the right hand of the power of Yahweh. Then said they, Paul, art thou
You have a shower. The angel has strengthened him. He back, you know what I'm saying? He back in the spirit now. You know, he was feeling down and weak. You know what I'm saying? And scared. Once the angel came and strengthened him, he back ready now. He in the spirit. He ready now, man. He's like, fuck it, y'all got me. Y'all talking crazy. Y'all slapping me. You know what I'm saying? Back in the spirit now. He was back in the spirit. You know, he was back in the spirit. Go ahead. The angels came and strengthened him, man.
Hereafter shall the Son of Man sit on the right hand of the power of Yahweh. Then said they all, Art thou then the Son of Yahweh? And he said unto them, Ye say that I am. And they said, What need we any further witness? For we ourselves have heard of his own mouth.
Right, man. So they were just trying to look for something, justify themselves, you know, justify them taking him out, man. Go ahead.
That's it.
Um, Hebrews 12.
Amen.
Uh, yeah, just go to verse. Let's go to chapter 23, bro. Uh-uh. Luke, go on to the next.
This is Luke 23, verse 1. And the whole multitude of them arose and led him into Pilate. And they began to accuse him, saying,
All right.
Found this fellow perverting the nation and forbidding to give tribute to Caesar.
So now, so now, so now, man, now you got this leaders of our people, man. Because this is what it was all about. All you gotta realize this is a public government set up, man. You know, so even though his own people was going against him, they was agents for these damn crackers anyway, for these devils, for the Edomites anyway. Why else would they go take him to power? Now they going, he perverting the nation. and he against you, bro. Go ahead.
saying that he himself is the Mashiach of a king.
Right, because at that time the Roman like ain't number one king, and that's you know what I'm saying. That's Caesar, basically. You know, which the Caesar at that time was Tiberius. It was Tiberius Caesar, man. Go ahead. And he wasn't none, you know. I kind of feel like that's fighting back in there. It's fighting back in the reincarnation, man. Cause I think it was straight freak homo pedophile. You know what I'm saying? He gonna have sex with anything, man. Children, you know, and you know it shows Biden is in there. That's still Biden being.
I'm gonna read that in the NLT. Verse 2, it said, they began to state their case. This man has been leading our people astray by telling them not to pay their taxes to the Roman government and by claiming he is the Messiah, a king.
We know this was a lie, because Yahushua told them, look, give Caesar what Caesar is, and give to Yahushua what's him, man. You know, he was, you know, he was wise a certain one of the does, so he tell them, look, man, pay your taxes to these ones. They ain't with this shit right now. Go ahead.
All right, back in KJV, it said, and Pilate asked him,
Our
saying,
people gonna falsely accuse us, man. You know, our own people, the leaders, they gonna falsely accuse us. And so expect this to happen, man. You know, servant ain't greater than his master. Go ahead.
and
But it ain't go ahead. Go ahead.
And Pilate asked him, saying, art thou the king of the Jews? And he answered him and said, thou thou sayest it. Then said Pilate to the chief priests and to the people, I find no fault in this man.
That pilot trying to be quick. Go ahead.
And they were the more fierce, saying, he stirred up the people, teaching throughout all the Jews, beginning from Galilee to this place.
Now they like, look, you stirred up the people, ain't you? You know, don't you want to let you know, see that people listen to them? They stirred up the people. Why?
I read that in the case in the NLT. It said, then they they became insistent, but he is causing riots by teaching wheresoever he goes, all over Judea from Galilee to Jerusalem, causing riots. Verse 6, it said, when Pilate heard of Galilee, he asked whether the man was a Galilean. And as soon as he knew that he belonged unto Herod jurisdiction, he sent him to Herod, who himself also was at Jerusalem at that time. And when Herod saw Yahushua,
Herod was king of Judea at the time. You know, he had Palestine, he was the governor. You know, just like you got these different Edomites over us today. You got the governors, you got, you know what I'm saying, they're in different positions, the president,
right,
you know, they're in these damn different positions, man.
he was, it says, then when Herod saw Yahushua, he was exceedingly glad, for he was desirous to see him of a long season.
Why? Because his father had been put the hit out on Yahushua. They knew the history, man. So they've been looking for Yahushua for a long time. Yeah, 33 years. They've been looking for him for a long time. So it's like, oh, we finally caught up with him, man. This is what we've been looking for.
Because he had heard many things of him,
Right.
and he hoped to have seen some miracles done by him. Then he questioned with him in many words, but he answered him nothing. And the chief priests and the scribes stood in vehemently accused him.
Right, see, because it's another account. I thought it was him, though. It might be in that case. What verse are them? That was verse 2. See, just they had been hearing about Yahweh Shai, man. He was ducking and dodging, you know, because he wanted his time in, man.
You want to talk about, for we have found this man in Castle.
I'm telling you the where it said him and Pilate was at enmity before this, but now that, you know, which I thought it was in look up enmity. Remember,
Yeah, I was looking at the accounts.
it's gonna say enmity. Enmity. Might be in John. Don't worry. Just look up enmity. E-M-E-N-I-T-Y. Look up enmity. It's coming. It's coming. My bad. It's coming up in verse
verse 9, it says, then he pushed it with him in many words, but the answer with him nothing. And the chief priests and the scribes stood and vehemently accused him. And Herod, with his men of war, set him at naught and mocked him and arrayed him in a glorious robe and set him against Pilate.
We thought they got the Lord and Savior. How much more his followers?
And the same day, Pilate and Herod were made friends together. And the same day, Pilate and Herod were made friends together. For before they were at enmity between themselves. Before they got hold of our son,
Yeah, Pilate and Herod, they was enemies, man. They was enemies to each other. So why all of a sudden they friends?
and Pilate, when he had called together
Well,
the
let
chief,
you know, man, they been looking for your hour shot, man. They probably like, we got him, man.
and Pilate, when he had called together the chief priests and the rulers and the people, said unto them, Ye have brought this man unto me as one that perverted the people, and behold, I have examined him before you, have found no fault in this man touching those things whereof he accused him. Nor yet the Lord, for I have sent you I have sent you to him, and lo, nothing worthy of death is done unto him. I will therefore chasten him and chastise him and release him.
Right. But now you gonna criticize him, though. Show the spirit of the devil to do it. Pilate understood that the leaders at that time, they was jealous. Hey, but this is what they set him up for, man. They trying to act like they watch their freedom. Really, you could have the point I'm trying to do here.
For the necessity, he must release one unto them at the feast. And they cried out all at once, saying, Always away with this man, and release unto us Barabbas.
Just going into his house, just going into the house. It would be your own people calling from this way. If you saw they there somehow went to they in the background, controlling everything. Why they just think, why they just think you in the house shot and saying, why they took it to fight? I think they had a power to crucify the Barabbas. You know, they didn't have the power to put him on their cross. There was an act that was act only the Romans did. You know, but it's all good. Just wanted to show you that they always use that people to send us out, man. They didn't all behind the hour. It's the same way. It's gonna happen in these times.
Hebrews 12, verse 1 said, Wherefore, seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight, and the sin which do it so easily beset us.
That great cloud of witnesses, man, going to Hebrews 11. It's all the men who endure whatever they had, they endured, by serving the Lord, man. They kept the faith, man. Just like Abishai, Bishop, all the apostles and disciples did. But some of them had moments of weakness at times, But you get weak sometimes. Well, when you get weak, you pray to the Lord, and He's going to send the mind to strengthen you. Go through whatever you have to go through. You got it, bro.
It says, and the sin which do it so easily beset us, and let us run with patience the race that is set before us.
Right? Because patience goes with the long suffering, man. You got to run this race that is set before them. Because once the Lord feel like our faith, once He know our faith is built up to that level, well, brother, gonna have to go through here this service, but that's still not gonna stop your flesh from kicking in, man. You just have to, set your mind right and constantly do whatever you gotta do.
Looking unto Yahweh Shai, the author and finisher of our faith,
Right.
who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross.
For the joy set before them, we do the cross, man. We just read, but he wasn't no easy walk. It ain't like he just went. He got right at once they got him, but before it, he was terrified. Man. Go ahead.
Despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of the house.
Right. So it be moments you have, just be moments that fear kicking in, man. But you gotta get out of that spirit. You pray. Because Lord ain't gave us a spirit. I ain't pushing fear. Lord ain't give us a spirit of fear. But a power and of a sound mind. That don't mean you won't get fearful. Right. But you gotta understand this ain't the spirit of the Lord. Pray and shake it out, man. Because fear ain't gonna save you. Fear will cause you to act nervously and
calm.
right, man. Come.
Verse 3, for considering him that endures such contradiction of sinners,
Which we was just going into it and reading about. Go ahead.
against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your mind.
See, that should be, you see, so we got to look to the author and finisher of our faith. So, looking at everything Yahushua went through, and he had his low moments. But he the example, so through everything we saw him, do you get fearful, pray. Lord send him angels to strengthen you, then you're going to be ready, man. Go ahead. And if you don't, like I said, unless you faint, read that again. You faint in your mind, man. Tap out in your mind, you get scared and you know.
I'm going to read that again. Think of all the hostility he endured from sinful people. Then you won't become weary and give up.
Then you won't become weary and give up. Look at your house shot, man. Go ahead. We gotta. Well, I said, look into the author and finisher of our faith. Go ahead. That's what you said. We suffer with him. We must reign with him, man. And the scriptures also say we must first be partakers of the fruit, man. If we want to be crowned, man. The husband must first be partakers of the fruit. So to get that glory, you got to go through the humiliation, the sufferings, the shit. Over here, bro. Tribulations.
Verse 4 he said, ye have not yet resisted unto blood, striving against sin.
Right. So scripture say you been put in a life or death situation to shed your blood to strive against sin. Which a lot of people today sell out, man. They'll do any type of sinful act just to live good, man. Go ahead. But we in the spirit, we supposed to be you gotta have your mentality, man, in your mind, man. Ain't nothing, it ain't enough money anybody can offer you to go against what you really believe, even if it's the smallest of things. Right. Don't come say right now, man, look, I got 100,000 you to shave your beard off. Get the hell out of here, man. I got a million for you to cut off your beard. Man, get out of my face, bro. I'm just using something small.
Yeah, the way you gotta think about it, you know, yeah, you can borrow with $1 million right now, but look what you're giving up in the long run. Verse 5, and ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaking unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him.
Right, man. So this is what you have to remember, man. Because go through you got your moments of when everything going good. Then you got your moments when the Lord's going to chastise, you know, getting them impurities out of you. So you can't despise that part, man. You have to examine yourself, man. Because you know this truth, and when you receive this truth, you walk by it to the best of our ability. But knowledge puff you up, man. You know, knowledge will puff you up to where sometimes you don't see where you wrong at, bro. There's the Lord have to come chastise you. Because when you get chastised and you know it's the Lord, then what the scriptures tell you, you know, like David said, commune with your own heart commune with your heart upon your own bed and sin not. So you start to examine yourself. That's Psalms 4, man. You know, you examine yourself and you're like, hey, what's this all about? You know? Go ahead.
For whom the Lord loveth, he chastises.
You gotta remember that, man. So who the Lord loveth, he chastises. That's another thing to remember. They chastise the son. Lord, okay, this is where he loving me, man. You know? Because he ain't gonna let me get too far gone to where I can't come back. So let me stop him right now. Let me chastise him, make him examine himself and realize, boom, man, getting them impurities out of us.
Just like a father that loves his son.
Come.
You know, he's gonna chastise him, you know, to try to keep him on that straight and narrow path. You know he's gonna stray away, but you know, when he get too far out there, he pull that leash back, you know, and he give him that chastisement. It said, and scourges every son whom he receiveth.
Much tribulation, we must enter into the kingdom, man. We suffer with him, we got to reign with him. Servant is not greater than his master, man. You know? Go ahead. And it goes until we got to go through we got to walk, we got a baptism, we have to be baptized. Whatever it is. Go ahead, bro.
If ye endure chastisement, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua dealeth with you as with sons.
Right.
But what son is he whom his father chastised not? But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then ye are bastards and not sons.
Right, man. Because some people just do stuff and it seems like ain't not happening. They ain't realize the Lord don't care about them. On chastise, you know. That's why I say show chastise those who he loves. Go ahead, bro.
Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? For they barely, for they barely for a few days chastise us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness. Now, no chastisement for the present seemeth to be joy.
But they say don't chastise. Don't be happy to chastise. You want to stop. You want to wax.
But the grievous, nevertheless, afterwards yields the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby.
Right, but at the end, you yield the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto you. And just like the Spanish not no funny. You just got to accept it and take it. But in the end, you see the end results of it. Maybe slow, I learned a lesson from this. And nice.
Right, we can. Right. Wherefore lift up the hand which hang down and the feeble knees.
Right. So, in heaven, like I said, get out there and be spirit.
And make straight paths for your feet, lest that which is lame be turned out of the way, but let it rather be healed.
We have to be made, we don't be, scripture said, except for men is found in the furnace of affliction. So we have to be the fire that's gold that you find in the furnace, man. Silver over there. We don't know where it is.
Follow peace with all men and holiness without which no man shall see the Lord.
Right, man. So, as the heat turn up on us, we use our shads in this. Thank God. All this is whatever we finish on, whatever brother is going through at the time, man, whatever it is, you know, what your person is going through lately and store going through, Lord chastise you to make you realize and recognize yourself. It is true. You know the truth. You walk in it at the same time. Our righteousness still is filthy rags. And that's how we gotta look at ourselves. You got to remember, we don't really repent. Really, let me read one more.
It said, looking diligently lest any man fail of the grace of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, lest any root of bitterness springing up trouble you, and thereby many be defiled.
Right, man. So this is why the chastisement have to happen, man. It's in the bitterness of rooting in the spring. Then it's gonna go into the. This is what happened to Esau, man. He was made this way, but the Lord it's all about chastising the elect. Man. We got to go. We got to go. You know. Let's see. That's deep, you know. But Lord will, this is an edifying lesson. Oh, man. Brother Jim, hey, so our scripture also said, he that is good to the end, the same shall be saved. We're gonna have to just do it to the end, man. Chastising, these trials, and tribulations, the persecution, all this that's coming, man. We got to endure it all the way until the Lord comes to with the deliverance, man. We got to do it, like, endure to the end, man.
And as the Lord say, that's how we get our piece of our pie. You know, as one of the scriptures that I read, He gonna give us a portion of the kingdom.
And so, good, man. Lord wills, edifying lesson. First and foremost, As always, in all glory, honor, praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Kakadash. Also, the apostle is a great meal show. We will. Peace, love, salutation to the elect of the nation of Israel. Form Yashal. Bob, Shalom. Shalom. You just got to do it. Shalom.
Shalom.